Conversation on matters of faith, and joining us this morning is Dr. Woods Lisenby, Senior Pastor at Spanish Fort United Methodist Church. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you.
We wanted to talk about a very important Bible story, the story of Doubting Thomas. How would you describe that story briefly, first of all?
I think most often we think of Doubting Thomas as the time when Jesus appeared. But there's actually an earlier story where Thomas doubts a little bit when Jesus says, "My Father's house has many rooms. You know where I'm going." And Thomas says, "How do we know where you're going?" And so it plays into the later story in John 21 where Jesus appears to Thomas because he wasn't there when the disciples first were encountering Christ after the resurrection.
And Jesus shows himself to Thomas to prove that he's resurrected. Why is this an important story in Christianity?
I think it's important for a lot of different reasons, but for me, it's a testament about how Jesus finds us where we are, right? The doors are locked, and somehow Jesus still appears in the room. And it's this kind of a way for us to realize that no matter where we are in life, no matter whether it's our doubts or our being scared to go out, Christ can still find us. As a United Methodist, our tradition always talks about prevenient grace, how God seeks after us and goes to us even whenever we are in darkness. So it is a wonderful story for that reason.
Thomas got to see Jesus in person, got to see him, touch him, confirm the resurrection himself. What sort of proof can modern Christians draw from?
I think that's a hard question because proof and faith are not necessarily antithetical, but they always don't go hand in hand. Faith, as Hebrews says, it's a belief in something unseen. It's an assurance about something that you can't know. And so it's a way of trusting that there is more than we can know ourselves. And so proof is a really hard thing when it comes to faith, but I think you can find assurance, is what we always, the word we use, within the church and within a community of believers that can help you verify or affirm your beliefs.
Dr. Woods Lisenby, Senior Pastor at Spanish Fort United Methodist Church. We'll talk more about the story of Doubting Thomas in the next hour of News 5 this morning.